What's going on, guys? This is Foresight Capital, and today we're going to take a look at three very interesting stocks that ARK Invest has been buying a large portion of their overall shares in just the past couple of trading days. Now, each of these stocks is a rather small position in the portfolio that they're trading in, which means that ARK Invest is building up their position and potentially sees a lot of upside in these stocks in the not-so-distant future. All that I ask is that if this video brings you value, give it a thumbs up, and if you're new here, consider subscribing because I make ARK Invest content and do deep dives into other stocks all the time. Also, if you're in the market for a new broker, consider using the link in the description to sign up for a new Webull account. If you sign up for a new account and deposit $100, they will currently give you 4 free stocks worth up to $1,600. So $1,600 for depositing $100 in the account and engaging can get you a really great start on your investing portfolio. Now, each of these stocks that ARK Invest has invested in over the past couple of days has one similarity, and that's autonomy. And what I find interesting about each of these investments is that they're focused around autonomy and specifically in industries that haven't necessarily always been as open to having a more technologically driven platform. So the very first stock that we're going to take a look at today is ticker symbol OPEN, which is Opendoor Technologies, and they've recently IPO'd. What Opendoor Technologies does is they use complex algorithms to basically make a more convenient real estate transaction by making cash offers to sellers, which allows them to sell their home on the dime and be able to close quicker and get into their new home quicker. Now, Opendoor IPO'd around December 18th, and we can see that they've recently touched highs of about $32 per share, but have pulled back about 20% to right around $25 per share. And that's when ARK Invest came in and started buying up shares. In fact, we can see that they've added 500,000 shares in just the past 7 days alone. And just today, they added 8.25% of their overall portfolio in Opendoor Technologies and purchased $8.7 million worth. So we can see that they are buying into the weakness that we've recently seen in this stock. Now, if we think about the housing market with all-time low inventory, all-time low interest rates, and all-time high housing prices, Opendoor is really in a good place to take advantage of this because people have all-time high equity in their home, which means they're able to take a couple extra $1,000 off the sales price if it means that they can get into the new home that they're looking at, which feeds into not having that much inventory because people are looking for that quick close right now. If they've got equity and they're looking for a quick close, Opendoor is there to be able to make a slightly higher profit on the sale, but also taking the realtors out of the equation, taking the inspections out of the equation, and overall just making a much more efficient real estate transaction, which I think is a very interesting business model. Now, they have competition from Zillow. They have competition from Redfin, so they're by no means the only player in the industry, but from my understanding, they have the best algorithms out there that allow them to have very reasonable profit margins for the work that they're doing, and I think that it's a really great company for the long term that's currently trading at about a 20% discount and that ARK Invest has been investing heavily in. The next stock that we're going to talk about here is ticker symbol KTOS, which is Kratos Defense and Security Solutions. Now, Kratos is a directed energy weapons and satellite communications company, but again, they're focusing on autonomy within the military drone sector. Now, they've recently had a big catalyst where they won a U.S. military contract to build Skyborg drones, which are unmanned drones that allow drones to go to places where manned vehicles and manned aircraft just wouldn't be able to go for security or safety reasons. And they're currently competing with Lockheed and Boeing for a much larger military contract. So basically the U.S. government has given them kind of like a teaser contract to participate or be one of the participants in this Skyborg drone program. But it'll be very interesting to see if they're able to outcompete some of the larger, more established competitors like Lockheed or like Boeing. And it's actually interesting to see that they were even given the opportunity to compete with some of these larger competitors, because when you think of Lockheed and Boeing, they're obviously very large and well established and have funds that a lot of these companies don't. So they must have some interesting technology that's made the U.S. government interested in investing. We can see here that Ark Invest added about 8% of their overall position to Kratos just today alone, and has added about 44% of their overall shares in just the past 30 days. So they seem to be very bullish on this Kratos defense and security stock. And I think it's got a very interesting proposition that it's at least garnering some attention from the U.S. government for potential contracts in the future, because as we know, the U.S. government has virtually unlimited funds available to the military, so it could have some very large contracts coming down the pipeline. And the last stock that I want to talk about here is perhaps the most interesting, and that's Raven Industries, ticker symbol RAVN. Now, if we take a look at how Raven Industries has been trading over the past year, we can see that they had a pretty big sell-off when the virus hit, and then have had a very consistent rebound, setting higher lows and higher highs all throughout the past couple of months, and are currently in a bit of a consolidation period, very close to one-year highs. So Raven Industries is an autonomous agricultural tech company, and their big catalyst for the coming year is that they're launching a product called AutoCart for the 2021 harvesting season, which is basically a driverless tractor that's going to perform a lot of the functions that a manned tractor would perform. It's going to be able to harvest crops, it's going to be able to do field mapping, and going to be able to do a lot of the things that for the longest time throughout the history of agricultural work have been done by a manned vehicle or by hand. So it's got a lot of potential to disrupt the agricultural industry. If we think about industries that are very technologically driven, agriculture is certainly up there, but at the same time, it seems that agriculture tends to be a bit slower to adopting some of the more autonomous solutions out there. And it seems that Raven Industries has created a lot of buzz and a lot of hype around this AutoCart product that, again, is launching this year and has a lot of potential for revenue growth and to really disrupt the industry. And I think if they are able to break into this particular sector and start creating autonomous solutions, really the sky's the limit, because agriculture is obviously a very huge industry and has a lot of potential growth and a lot of potential to create autonomous solutions for things that for the longest time haven't been autonomous. If we take a look at Lucid Tracking here and we type in the ticker symbol RAVN, we'll be able to see that they've been consistently buying Raven Technologies, especially over the last month or so. And in just the past couple of trading weeks, we've gone from about 471,000 shares to 550, which is about 25% of their overall holdings within Raven Technologies added in just the past couple of trading weeks. So it seems that Ark Invest is fairly bullish on this stock, and given that they've got a recent catalyst in a sector that I think needs more autonomy, it's very interesting for their future growth prospects and the potential for this company to grow in the future. Now, they're not trading at much of a discount from recent highs, but we can see that they have a lot of potential upside if they're able to break in and start creating various solutions for various portions of the agricultural industry. So these are just three stocks that Ark Invest has been buying very heavily, and I thought it was interesting that all of them sort of revolved around autonomy, and so it seems that Ark Invest is pretty interested in disruptors that are sort of disrupting industries that are a bit more resistant to change and autonomy than some of the other ones out there, like tech-heavy industry. So let me know down in the comments below which of these three stocks you're most interested in purchasing, or if you already own one. Again, don't forget to use the link in the description to sign up for Webull to get your 4 free stocks. I believe that this $1,600 4 free stock promotion ends in the middle of January, so make sure to take advantage of that. And again, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate you watching till the end. Thanks for stopping by, and catch you in the next one.